Welcome back to Automated Trader TV. I'm now joined by David Conrad, who's the Vice President of Sales of CFN Services. Now, I'm pretty sure that CFN used to be part of a railway company called CSX.
You're right. It's interesting that you asked that. Our heritage is with CSX, where we have 25 years heritage or experience in laying fiber. So we know fiber very well. What we've done, though, is CFN was spun off from CSX a couple of years ago, so we're if you will, a 25-year-old startup company. What we're doing is selling to the financial marketplace, selling to the enterprise space right now, and selling the lowest latency fiber access throughout the industry. What we believe is the lowest latency available.
Okay, now you say that, you believe it. Why do you believe it? What gives you an edge over your competitors out there? Why do you say that you believe you have the lowest latency?
Well, our competitive advantage is really the fact that we do have the heritage of putting the fiber in. We've been laying fiber for so many years. We have a proprietary database that we've developed that basically lists where all the fiber is, all the lit fiber, all the dark fiber. We have access to all that. As a fiber network integrator, we are integrating those pieces of fiber. We're being able to take a segment of fiber from point A to point B, a different segment of a different carrier's fiber from point C to D, etc., and really just integrate all the pieces of fiber to develop the flattest route between points A and F, if you will, or between New York and Toronto, to really create the flattest route, which is thereby stripping out all the latency, all the added miles, and giving the lowest latency available.
Now, you talked about New York to Toronto. Many of the people who watch this video may be in other parts of the world, specifically possibly in Europe, Chicago, and they could even be on the west coast of the United States, but certainly Europe, Frankfurt, London, some in Dubai, some in the Far East. Do you have any services that stretch across the Atlantic?
We do have services that stretch across the Atlantic. The fact that we have the fiber everywhere, we can access the fiber everywhere. We can also access all the data centers. We know where the data centers are. We know the process latency, if you will. We know the impact that it'll be on communications. We can look at all the fiber, whether it's across the North American continent or looking overseas, whether it's European continent or crossing the Atlantic, growing into Asia-Pac area as well. We can do that as well. Again, since we don't own those the fiber strands, we do integrate it. We do have the capability of integrating, and the key is that we're managing that. So it looks to any client like a single piece of fiber, a single strand of fiber that is fully managed by us.
Okay, now let's just get really down to the specifics. Chicago, New York, what would be your guaranteed time for that?
The guaranteed time for that, right now we have created a route that's New York to Chicago. Did you say New York, Chicago?
Yeah.
It's New York to Chicago right now, and I can guarantee a 16.4 milliseconds in latency, New York to Chicago. Now, what's also key in this is not only being able to manage these fibers, being able to integrate the different fiber carriers. We're always looking for improvements, and we write into many of the paths that we create. We write in a guaranteed latency improvement clause. And as a matter of fact, on that 16.4 milliseconds that we're currently delivering, we will deliver, and we've written in as a latency improvement guarantee, a sub 16 milliseconds by the end of this year. So a client who would come to us saying, I want some protection because what if somebody finds a faster route? Well, that's what we're doing all the time. We're not only finding, but we're creating, we're linking, we can actually do the construction where it's warranted. We can do some construction to connect up a couple different carriers or some dark fiber so that we are providing what, as I say, we believe is the lowest latency available.
Great, and if people want more information, it's CFNservices.com.
That is correct.
David, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.